energy dump, and then you start fueling properly, and then you see your family, and you're 56 miles into the bike loop of 3,500 feet of elevation, and you're excited, and then you're crying because you got to go out for another fucking 3-hour fucking bike ride back, and you see these people, and you have a new appreciation for these guys because they're out there in the pain cave suffering alongside of you.
Is seeing people you love make a difference?
Yeah. And then, and then I'll touch on that because they're your motivation, your little ones, because you want to create superhumans. And when you're done with the 112-mile bike ride or getting through it, I've never been so excited to go run a marathon for the cool down. A fucking marathon.
Yeah.
But having my little girls and my wife there cheering me on, it's like, I'm very intentional that they're there on the fucking, at the races, because I want them to know what they're capable of. I am raising superhumans. My little girls will never be dependent upon anybody. They will be leaders. I get so fucking pissed that people, like, they don't know what they're capable of. It drives me crazy, and maybe it's just like my story, but people are capable of so fucking much, and they just settle. And they're a victim of their circumstances instead of a creator of their own fucking life, and it drives me nuts, dude. It makes me mad. It makes me so mad. Tony Robbins... I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but this is a good story. Tony Robbins interviewed General Schwarzkopf, I think, called him in to help him motivate his troops for Desert Storm. He's like, I need you to come talk to my Marines. And he's like, well, I don't know if I can do it. He's like, listen, I need you here to come talk to my Marines to motivate them. He's like, well, with all due respect, you have the most elite fighting force in the world. You probably don't need me. And he's like, listen, I've seen what you can do for people. I need you here. Tony's like, well, I don't know. And he said, I'll let you fly helicopters and drive some tanks and shoot air guns. He's like, okay, when can I be there, right? So, but he goes there and he motivates the soldiers, and the soldiers are just fired up, right? And the general's like, man, I've never seen my men so charged up. He said, but I have a question for you. Why is it when they leave the military, their hair grows out, they gain weight, they get lazy, they drink, what happens to a lot of them? A lot of them, they kind of drift. And Tony said it just brilliantly. He said, people perform to the standards and expectations of their peer group. And so our culture, back to the conversation earlier, which was how do you motivate people, how do you help people achieve their goals, we hold really fucking high standards in our culture and in our company. We train together, we run together, we push, and I push people to get to that next level, or else it's just not going to be a right fit. Not that they're right or wrong, it's just not right for our group.
How do you address that if you have a heavy dude?
Yes.
Who says, I can come in here and I can help you out. And I can sell. I have motivation. But I can't run the perimeter with you.
We push them, and if they got heart, they'll do it. And if they don't, they'll fall out. They say it's the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. You're familiar with that, right? The Pareto principle?
Yeah, absolutely.
20% of your actions yield 80% of your results.
It's the 80-20 rule is in everything.
It's actually a 90-10 rule. And that's how humans are, unfortunately, right now. And there's an awakening coming, and I'm going to be leading this charge eventually when time permits. But 10% of the people believe they can be, do, and have more, and the other 90% are just, they're held back by fear. There's a great book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And fear is what holds people back. But what I'm sharing with you is not everybody has it. And it's my job to be the best version that I can possibly be, the best version of myself, to be the fucking lighthouse, to let my light shine, to go and achieve, because it inspires others to be, do, and have more. But people come into our culture and it's not comfortable. We coach them up or we coach them out. And if they can't make it, I can't allow people that have mediocre goals that aren't in alignment with ours be in our organization anymore.
I like that. Now, as another aspect of it, you deal on a team coaching aspect of real estate, where other people have felt they're losing their worth doing that. So where do you combat like that agent who says, maybe I can make more money doing something somewhere else, as opposed to the team effort that you have?
Yeah, there's a great book. I'm just quoting all these books. Winning Forever, Pete Carroll wrote. Have you read that one? Well, Pete Carroll has a leadership factory where he creates awesome leaders. And his goal is to create leaders, and then they move on and go and coach for other teams or go play at other teams, and he hopes to compete against them. And he's excited because he brings people up and he develops them, and he grows them, and his job is to really help them. So as long as the time we're together, nothing's permanent in life except for marriages. At least for me, right? Right? But other than that, even like friendships, we want them to be permanent. Most of the time they are, but there's some that just come and go. There's jobs that come and go. There's goals that come and go. And so when people leave my team, we've been brought up to where it used to be like, oh my God, I just lost this person. They're amazing. But it's okay. It's the circle of life. It's the season that we're in. Just like I told you, I'm in the season of the helicopter with my goals. But in my business, there's people that are in there that are crushing it, and I'm going to coach them up, and there will come a time where we may run out of future together. And I'm at peace with it. As long as when they springboard off of my team, they can go to that next level, and they can look back and say, Jeff helped me to get here, and now I'm ready to go farther. I used to try and hold everybody and keep them and raise my splits and do everything get out of integrity to make sure I kept them. I felt held hostage to where now it's okay. And now here's a great one. So I was talking with my buddy Anton Stetner. I've got some amazing, the top people in the industry are my great friends. And hence the competitiveness, hence everything else. And he was having the same challenge with his coach. You're
a different entity. You're a different agency from Anton Stetner.
Yeah.
I see your posters and Stetner's posters all over the available real estate.
Yeah.
In this area. And you guys are cool?
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
You guys are literally...
Yeah, we share everything we do.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's an abundance mindset. I share everything I do with everyone. Money is like the Pacific Ocean. It's up to you whether you take a 5-gallon bucket load or 36,000 fucking dump truck loads. Really. I mean, it's abundant. Yeah, back to what I was saying about people. Anton, attrition is a natural thing in real estate. And I remember Anton told me the story. He was talking to his coach, and I'm sure he'll be alright with me sharing this. And his coach, he's like, all these people, they come and they go, and he says, excuse me, do you wear a fucking robe? Do you have sandals and walk with a cane and preach the gospel? And he says, is your name Jesus fucking Christ? He's like, no. He says, then why the fuck do you expect people to follow you for their entire life? And he's like, I get it. Right? And so it was just such a powerful analogy, because we want people to stay in our world forever, but it's okay. It's okay if they fucking move on. It's, as long as you're able to add value to each other while you're together, that's all that matters. Sure, there's going to be shit that comes up, and you just grow and together and move on. Ultimately, we want to stay together forever, but it's life. I'm not going to be in this business forever. Someday I'm going to own a bunch of properties, and the agent won't be important anymore, you know? But whoever's in my world, I make damn sure that I push them to their fucking potential. I make them uncomfortable, I make them run, I make them grow, I make them learn, and I will not let them sit on their ass and be fucking mediocre. Hence, handouts create lazy people I'm not impressed with.
That was episode 11. Thank you. Make sure you visit goodtalkjosh.com's Patreon at patreon.com/goodtalkjosh. And also, for any real estate needs, get a hold of Jeff. You can tell now how fascinating of a person he is and motivated, and definitely got his shit together. Thanks for putting up with our drunken conversation, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.